Hello and welcome to your ePortfolio instructions, Phase 1. We're going to set up your website and fill in some content for your home page. So the instructions can be found in one of our assignment pages in Canvas. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are signed in to our Google account. So you can do that by going into your Gmail or into your Google Drive. And then we're going to type in sites.google.com, and then we're going to get going. So when you type this in, you're going to click on create, and we're going to create a site from scratch. Go into create in new sites, and then you will have a template of your ePortfolio. So the first thing we want to do is we want to name your site. So let's just type your name and ePortfolio, and then when you click somewhere else, you'll see that the untitled page would also be renamed. Next, we're going to make this our home page. So this is going to be the go-to page when you give somebody the link to your website. Now we're going to add on more pages. Let's go to Pages. And right now we have the home page. If you go down to the bottom and look at the plus sign, put your mouse over it, and then you will create a new page. So our next page will be coursework. Enter. So now let's do that a couple more times. We're going to create a page called teaching and another page called resume. So now we have 4 pages, and the 4 pages are listed up on top, and we can navigate back and forth between these 4 pages. Now we're going to add a subpage under coursework. So the idea is that you want to be able to showcase your different courses. So let's click on coursework and add subpage. We're going to call this Math 150 our class, and then click on done. So now the layout of your ePortfolio will have your home page, your coursework, your teaching, and your resumes all at the top level. One level down, you'll have Math 150. So on this page, we will be able to put evidence or work that you have done in your class. Let's go back to the home page and put some content in here. So there's 2 ways to put content. One way is to click on the space that you want to put content in and double click, and then you'll have choices. It's essentially the same choices if you were to go to insert, and then you would have the same choices. So let's click on text box for now and type welcome. So I just want this one line for this particular text box, but I want it to stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to click on normal text and change that into a title. So now I have a title. I want to include another text box, so I'll click text box, and then I'll say about me. And then what we want to do is write a few paragraphs about yourself and about this website. So this is the introduction that draws your readers into your website. So I have some pre-made text already about me. I will just copy that. So you can do this as well. You can type in all the information that you want to put on your website on a regular document and then copy and paste. Or you can just work directly on this document to copy and paste. Now, this is already set up as a heading, but if in case it wasn't, if you're just typing, you can just click on the particular paragraph and then change this into whatever type of title you want. So let's keep this as a heading, and I have my regular paragraph here. Next, we're going to insert a picture. So to do this, we want to make sure that we start collecting all our information that will go into the ePortfolio into your Google Drive. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive, and I want to try to keep things organized. So I'm going to create a folder in my Google Drive called ePortfolio. So now I have a folder in here. I'll double click on that folder, and I can click and drag and drop files that I will be using in my ePortfolio into this folder, so I'll have access to it. You can also add files here by clicking on New and File Upload. So I want to upload a couple of pictures. I can select by shift clicking, or I can just click and drag and select multiple things if I want. You may need to search for your picture on your desktop or some flash drive, but I'm going to have mine uploaded onto my ePortfolio folder. It would also be good to try to name these documents so that you would know what they would represent and what they look like. So right now I have uploaded 2 photos. I'm going to go back to my ePortfolio site, and I will insert an image. So this image can be a URL, or it could be something that you can search for, or it could be from an album, but you're going to go to your drive and find your ePortfolio folder and then click on that. So I'm going to select this picture, and once it's selected, it automatically goes onto your web page. So we can adjust the size if we wanted to. We can adjust the placement, and we can even click and drag this onto the previous text box. So right now I still am clicking and dragging. I can put it above, below, to the left, or to the right. So I think for this one, I'm going to put it on the left side of my text box that says About Me. I'll make it just a little bit bigger to make it fit, and now I have some information about me with a picture. Now we can add more information if you want. So I have more information to add, more about me, or you can title it whatever you want. I'll copy this, and this time I will double click and insert a text box and then paste. So I may want to insert a picture here. So I'll click on Image, and that second picture that I uploaded is the picture that I'm interested in using, and I have it here. So I will click and drag this onto this text box. So now this image belongs to this text box. I can also play around with some other features, like I can set the background, change it a little bit so it has a slightly darker background. I can shrink this and then move it around by just shifting it a little bit and making this a little bit bigger. You can also play with different aspects of this particular website. For example, you can change the image background for all your pages. You can change the theme for your pages. And you can add more pictures here if you want. So for now, I would like the home page to be filled up, and you can always adjust things. You can always delete sections, or recopy or duplicate or whatever you need to do. And then you can insert more content. So if you inserted the content and you decide you don't like it, you can just delete it. That's not a problem. And so that's it. So that would be your first phase, is to get the pages fixed up, to have 5 pages total, 4 pages on the top level and 1 page in the bottom level. And you can see the 4 pages in the top level here, and a mouse over the coursework will get you the 150 page. And then in your home page, you can put in some information. If you want, you can start filling in information about your resume. If you have a resume to upload, you can upload that particular resume onto your Google Drive. So if you upload it onto your Google Drive, you can just create the link by going into Google Docs, and if it's a document or some other thing, then you can make that connection. Or you can type in all the information that you want. Okay? So the minimum amount for this first phase is to have all the pages set up and your home page would have content. Alright? The last thing we want to do is don't publish it yet, but you can click on share, and you can type my email, and my email is rlapuz, the number 2, at my.smccd.edu. So this way I can browse and take a look at your particular your web page, where it is at this point, and then I can give you credit for this part of the phase. Okay? Alright, well, good luck and have fun. This is going to be a fun project for us. So I'll see you in class.